Yo, Hendor here, the Average Dude Slo-Pitch. Today we're bringing out the next in the DeMarini drop here from their 2026 line, which yes, again, it's 2025. Don't get confused by that. But this is the Twisted Mistress Midload. So remember last year, their first Midload dropped kind of right in the middle of the year. The whole white bat, red, white, and blue type design was absolute gas. Super excited to try this one out. Today we're swinging a 27 ounce, and even with the Midload, it feels pretty darn true, and you can feel kind of that extra load there in the middle, which I think really helps those guys who aren't huge balance fans like myself, where you still get easy back control like you would from a balance, but you're going to be able to get kind of that extra oomph you need for kind of exit velo, distance, all that kind of stuff. But either way, we'll throw it on the tester, see where it starts at. 52s, Pro M's, come back with final compression, final thoughts. All right, let's see where the all new DeMarini mid-loaded Twisted Mistress is starting at. If this is anything like the previous bats that have dropped here about a month or so ago, I'm expecting it to be kind of like 275, if I remember correctly, or 265, I think is actually close to what it was. Pretty much game ready. Oh, I should stuck with my original guess, but it's 270. So either way, we expect it to be pretty game ready. 52s, Pro M's, final compression, final thoughts. We got the mid-load Twisted Mistress here. Gonna get some 52s and then hop over to the Pro M's.
94 miles per hour.
Ooh, nice off the hands. Oh, there's our wind, it's back. For reference, the wind is doing into first base dugout, so at least we got no assistance.
78 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour.
There's a good 52 carry.
84 miles per hour. 74 miles per hour. 103 miles per hour.
I will say, through the first couple, this one, I know it's the same tech, everything like that, but it does feel a little bit softer and much different feedback than the other DeMarini APCs so far this year, which they're all APCs, but with the 52s. So just kind of keep that in mind, and we'll see how that translates to the Pro M's.
76 miles per hour.
Still went and got it.
Yeah.
76 miles per hour. 103 miles per hour.
When you hit the actual sweet spot though, you get your normal feedback.
80 miles per hour.
You can switch.
74 miles per hour.
Okay, so that's it for the 52s. Feel a little bit of stiffness coming through, even with this two-piece handle. It feels stiff, but I mean, like I said, I'm not a power hitter. I'm an older hitter, but I'm gonna switch over to the Pro M's, see if I can do a little bit better with those.
99 miles per hour.
Yeah, that'll do it there for the 52s. I mean, again, we didn't need a whole bunch. Slightly different feel on this one, like I mentioned, than like the other models that have already dropped, which again, all end loads other than the Lady Cartel mid-loaded alloy handle on that one though. But let's follow over to our Pro M's, see how this thing performs. I can only expect real good things after how the mid-load performed last year. All right, well, most people are waiting for there. Here's the Pro M's. Again, all 44 375s. Everything we've got in there is USSSA stamped. No stadiums, no hardcores, onyx, mortars, anything like that.
107 miles per hour.
Hitting in the wind's fine. When that gust hits though, it fucking sucks.
Yep.
97 miles per hour.
Yeah, that was as low in the barrel as you can get. Nice sting on the hand from the stiffer handle, but still performs well.
86 miles per hour.
Well, that's a big difference.
101 miles per hour.
Oh, that's it. Well, there's the carry we've come accustomed to from the DeMarinis this year.
81 miles per hour.
BK so strong.
90 miles per hour. 105 miles per hour.
Yeah, the performance on this does not care about the wind.
83 miles per hour. 87 miles per hour. 103 miles per hour.
Yeah, so the ball's jumping off this great. It feels really good too. Obviously we're seeing good speeds. I will say though, just like with the 52s, there's a slightly different feel to me on this one than the DeMarinis have already dropped this year. Not in a negative way, positive way, whatever, just different. Almost like a more traditional, it almost reminds me of a blend now between APC and the Nautilus barrels. But like I said, you're getting the performance you'd expect. Just know you're gonna get a slightly different feel, even though it's still that 4.1 stiff composite handle.
89 miles per hour.
Take that one.
90 miles per
There
hour.
we go. Finally got 90.
110 miles per hour.
Woo!
111 miles per hour.
Oh boy. Oh man. That was every bit of the sweet spot right there. And you get a nice crack, good feel in the hands right when you catch that spot too.
89 miles per hour.
Damn.
98 miles per hour.
From them. Oh. Yeah, DeMarini's done an absolute great job this year with these game ready APC barrels from the guys. People are used to Nautilus back in the day needing a lot of BP. No BP needed on the DeMarinis this year.
Money ball.
84 miles per hour. 109 miles per hour.
And the midload's so easy to control.
111 miles per hour.
Oh, buddy, there's the sweet spot.
87 miles per hour.
Okay, so there's nothing bad I'm gonna say about the Twisted Mistress. I think it was all operator headspace and timing. It has some nice control, even at a 13 inch, right?
Yeah, 13 midload.
So I just felt like I was either behind it or under everything. So like I said, that's all my fault. But it did have some good feedback when you squared it up.
104 miles per hour.
Well, that's gonna do it. That'll wrap it up there. DeMarini Twisted Mistress. Again, DeMarini, like I've already talked about, great job this year with just outstanding performance. We'll see what this does for us. We get back to the house, test it at home, let it sit for a little bit. Plus, this wind's getting pretty annoying. Hopefully, didn't mess the audio too bad for you guys, but great option, definitely game ready. Let's see where the all new mid-loaded Twisted Mistress is testing at. We got kind of the standard 100-ish swings on it, 30-ish 52s, remainder were Pro M's. And this one's sitting 240, maybe 245. I will go ahead and just quarter turn, take a look, make sure we didn't put more swings maybe on one side than the other. It's been about 6 hours since we got done swinging. So, I mean, it's been sitting for a little while, but I would say if you have a bat you're going to game and determine where you get tested, don't swing it day of, anything like that. Have a bat you're going to use for BP. But yeah, 240. So that being said, my guess is if we let this sit for a full day, you're looking at more like 245-ish, maybe 250. And then again, here at elevation, we at times see kind of 10 to 15 PSI decrease, just kind of the way it goes. But not every tester's created the same, just kind of the way it goes. I wouldn't say a flawed system, but just the best with what we got to try to keep these bats fair. But let's talk about more in the final thoughts. All right, the DeMarini Twisted Mistress Midload 27 sticker. And honestly, this is kind of what we've come to see with most of the DeMarinis this year, about half an ounce under that sticker. So just something to keep in mind. I do think for me though, this 27 with the midload, you can feel the midload. It felt pretty spot on to me when swinging it. So by no means I think it felt light. But again, if you're somebody who likes that heavier feel or even that lighter feel, and you're debating between 26, 27, really with the lighter feel, because I don't think it goes up to 28, just know that you could probably go and grab a 27 for somebody who normally swings a 26 and loaded model. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the all-new DeMarini Twisted Mistress. This is the mid-load again at this point. If you're looking for it online when it drops, just remember DeMarini calls, they're 1 year ahead with their models, right? So this is a 2026, so you're looking for the 26 models. If you grab the 25, you will be grabbing the ones that dropped in 24. But with that being said, I mean, we just did a bunch of the DeMarini drops, and I think we've talked about this recently, but I think DeMarini did a great job of listening to the average person who wanted something game ready. I know there were a lot of complaints, especially with the not alive tech on, hey man, this takes a whole bunch of swings. I knew a lot of guys that would buy some of those not alive gorillas, for instance, 100 swings and dump it. They didn't like the feel when they really took like 300-400 swings. Last year with APC tech, I think they did a good job making them closer to game ready. This year, 100% game ready. And as we saw there at the end, this is sitting like right on 240, 245. Again, it's been about 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours. 6 hours since we swung them. So it hasn't been sitting too long. But if this was going to be my gamer, like if this was the one I was breaking in to be my gamer, I'm not putting nearly what we did swings today. For me personally, and that's because I have the luxury of owning 52s, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put about 40 to 60 52s while I'm rotating the barrel, just kind of open the fibers up. If all I had was Pro-Ms, I'd probably put 20 to 40 swings. And even then, the first half would probably be more like a 75% swing, kind of like a break-in procedure almost, just to open those fibers up, then get a few more swings. You'll see the webbing starting, and then put it away. It's game ready. We've talked about it before. Plenty of people talked about it, but game swings, BP swings, they're not created equal. So 100 BP swings is going to equate to a whole lot more than 100, it's going to count towards a whole lot more swings than if you were just at 100 game swings. And the perfect example is the Juno MR1 I'm currently gaming. I'm about 6 tournaments in with it now. It's pretty much been the same one I've used since Challenge Cup. And it's still passing like right at 245, I think, when we tested last tournament. And again, when we did the video with the Juno MR1, we put 100, just under 100 swings on it, and that thing was failing. So just kind of keep that in mind. Know what kind of product you're buying. If you're somebody who wants to BP a whole bunch, either A, buy 2 of these and you can BP the crap out of one of them if you want to, or B, just understand that if you buy this, you're going to want something else to game. And if it's me, I'm going to go ahead and grab any of the not alive tech DeMarinis, use those in my gamers. They'll last you forever. And then you get something with a similar feel, load, all that kind of stuff to what you're currently gaming. But either way, this will be dropping April 9th. It'll be available on headbangersports.com, discount code ADS. If it sells out there, you'll have a couple other options. You can head to redathlete.com, discount code ADS35, or DeMarini's website. I don't have a discount code there. I'm not really sure they run discount codes for the most part, other than the occasional coupon they kind of send out. So just kind of keep that in mind. But either way, if you need help grabbing it, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll do my best to get you squared away. But that ADS code on Headbangers will give you basically my price. The only difference is I think tax rates based on where you live, and free shipping, which is nice as well. So just something to keep in mind. But with that being said, I appreciate you kind of tuning in. Hopefully it helped you decide if you want to grab one of these on drop, maybe grab something else, whether it's a different DeMarini model or just a different brand altogether. Either way, thanks for supporting the channel. Have a great day.